TikTok's released 5 major algorithm updates, and if you don't adapt to these things, it's going to destroy the views that you're getting in December of 2024. And the reason for that is simply because TikTok is trying to push different things as we go into the new year. And taking advantage of this is going to allow you to not only blow up your account, but also be able to monetize your TikTok, because it's the easiest time ever for you to be able to do that. In fact, I just helped this creator get over 200,000 followers and make a full-time living from TikTok. And I helped this creator do the same thing, except they gain over 300,000 followers. And you're going to be able to do this also so long as you implement everything I share with you in this video. Change number 1 is you need to start paying way closer attention to what is actually showing on the screen in the beginning of your videos, because if you're not paying attention to this, you're ignoring one of the biggest factors when it comes to the TikTok algorithm. Because as we move into this age of AI, it's going to be incredibly important what you actually have showing on the beginning of the screen, because TikTok wants to know that they're actually showing people what they're going to be interested in. For example, if you mention Mountain Valley Water in the beginning of your video, you better be showing Mountain Valley Water. If you mention the iPhone, you better have an Apple logo up there, or the iPhone. Or if you mention a Ferrari or a Porsche, there needs to be that thing there or that logo there. To show you a perfect example of this, we look at this video right here. So obviously this isn't coming from Conor McGregor, but what did they do? They put hashtag Conor McGregor up here, and then finally he is showing, and this is the first clip. If it was just somebody with their face saying, I'm gonna show you the top 5 Conor McGregor quotes, guess what? They wouldn't have gotten reach, but since Conor was showing, that's why this video actually got tricked into being pushed out by the TikTok algorithm, even though it wasn't Conor McGregor. The second thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is you should never be uploading a piece of content unless you've checked one of these 3 areas and proven to yourself that it is a very good piece of content for you to actually create. The first place that you can check is you can actually come onto TikTok now and do searches. For example, I'm gonna do a search for Dogecoin if I was in the crypto niche. Now this might not apply to your niche, but this is what you wanna do. You wanna make sure that something exactly like this shows up. 1.9 million views, 2 million views, 100,000 views, 500,000, 360,000, 18,000. But even more important, this was posted just a week ago, 3 days ago, 1 day ago, 4 days ago. If these videos were all posted a month ago, a year ago, 2 months ago, 3 years ago, or even a few weeks ago, I would avoid creating this piece of content, because then what that shows is that TikTok isn't actually pushing that piece of content right now. But this isn't the only place that you could check, because there are actually several. The next place you could check is coming into TikTok Studio. You want to scroll down, you want to come down to Creator Inspirations. If you click View All here, this is going to show you content that your audience is interacting with. For example, if I come under Recommended, it's going to show similar posts to mine. If I come under Followers Viewed, it's going to show posts that my followers have viewed. And remember, you only want to recreate videos that have a lot of likes under here. Under here, it'll show what my followers are actually searching for, and then similar creators. If you didn't find the idea that you're coming up with in here, and then double cross-check it with step number 1, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. Now, the next thing that you could do is if you come into TikTok right here and type in Creator and then search Insights, you are going to see a similar tool. For example, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to type in Dogecoin right here. So I'm going to type in Dogecoin, and what we want to see is we want to see that this is going up in searches. Now, the next thing you do, instead of just coming into the Creator Insights and doing a search, you want to find searches by your followers, and you want to find content gaps, because content gaps are going to be things people are searching for but not finding good content for. For example, if we click on this, this actually wouldn't be a good video to do. Why? Because this video peaked 2 days ago, and now it's about a third of the reach. So we want to ignore that actually. Best gift for wife, again, we might want to ignore that. If we come into feeling mentally drained, this one is actually increasing from the last 2 days, so it's going up again. And if we scroll down, we'll see related videos, and we'll find ones that could do really well. And then there are going to be more topics based on this. Now remember, you cannot just look at something, see that it was in the Creator Search Insights tool, and think it's a good idea. You need to be checking that graph, and you need to make sure that that graph is increasing today, aka the day that you are going to post that piece of content, because if not, it could just be showing there and a bunch of other people already took advantage of it, and that's why it's decreasing in popularity now. And as a bonus, if you want to see what is trending broadly on TikTok, all you have to do now is come to a desktop, and they literally just created this. In fact, I just saw this a second ago for the first time. Click on Explore, and now you are going to see Trending Today. It is going to show you all the topics that are trending like crazy today. And I cannot emphasize this enough. If you are not getting your content ideas from those 3 places and double checking them to make sure it's something TikTok is pushing out today when you're going to create the piece of content, it's going to be one of the reasons that you're failing to grow on TikTok. Or you might not be creating carousel posts. In fact, in just a second, I'm going to share with you a few different secrets you could use on carousel posts to 1, spend less time creating content, and 2, create way better content. But first, I need to make sure that the hashtags that you're using and the descriptions that you're writing are going to match up perfectly to the keywords that you are using when you post something on TikTok. And lucky for you, today's video sponsor Metricool makes this incredibly easy. They make it really easy for you to be able to search hashtags and figure out what the best ones are depending on what you're posting. And they have a feature with their AI description generator where you can literally tell it exactly what kind of description you want to make, if you want it to be short, what kind of mood you want it to be in, and boom, they're going to go ahead and actually create a description for you. And then in return, it's going to make it way easier for the TikTok algorithm to know exactly who to show your content to so you get the right metrics, and boom, you end up getting more reach with this current TikTok algorithm. And you can get started with Metricool today for free. In fact, if you go to the pinned comment below, you could get 30 days free access to any of their premium plans with code Robert. And the value with Metricool doesn't stop there, because with Metricool's new Canva integration, they make it incredibly easy for you to be able to schedule out carousel posts and to create posts straight from the Metricool app. Because even with Metricool's free Canva integration, you could transfer designs straight from Canva directly into Metricool's planner and use them to create carousel posts. So what are you waiting for? If you want to grow fast, you want to get more views, and ultimately be able to monetize your TikTok, I'd strongly suggest you go to the pinned comment below and sign up for 30 days free access to any of Metricool's premium plans with code Robert. Okay, so when it comes to going viral with a photo post or a carousel post on TikTok, here's what you want to be focused on. The first thing that you could do is do a meme like what this creator did right here. You literally just create a meme, and it's a meme that you found on Instagram, and then share it to TikTok as a photo, because TikTok is now merging with Lemon8, another company that they owned, which was only photo-based, which kind of proves that TikTok plans to push out these posts for a long period of time. So you can share a single photo like this. It needs to be something that gets a lot of engagement, or you can do what Mandy did right here. So here's what she did. Let's stop this thing from moving around. If you ask me why I want to be an aesthetic nurse, so what does this do? It captures somebody's hook. It has text on the screen, and that same thing shows up in her description and also in her hashtags, like I shared with you earlier. She's also using a trending sound on here. So it has this, and then it goes through and it tells a story. Now guess what? When it gets to the end, boom, it has the most text on it. Now, what is this going to do? 1, it gets people to get all the way through to the end. The maximum amount of posts that I would put on one of these carousels is going to be 4. And then ideally, you should just be telling a story throughout, and the last slide should have the most text on it, because if somebody reads that, it increases the amount of time that they spent on the carousel and increase the odds TikTok actually pushes this out. And again, you can do this really easily. You can even schedule these out with Metricool. So what I would recommend you do is do posts on TikTok. Whatever posts do well in a video format, make the carousel or photo version of them. Now, the next thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is using the right number of hashtags. I shared with you earlier that Metricool makes it really easy to figure out what hashtags to use, but how many should you use? Well, there are a few different strategies that you should stick with. The first one is going to be 3 hashtags, 2 niche specific, 1 broad. The second is going to be 6 hashtags, 2 broad, 4 niche specific. The third, 10 hashtags, 3 broad, 7 niche specific, and then finally 3 niche specific hashtags. Now, that last strategy works best for most creators, but I would strongly suggest that you test all 4 of them for the next few days and figure out which one works best for you, because it is different depending on your niche and account size. But remember, you should only be putting hashtags at the end of your description. You should only be using the largest and most relevant hashtags, and please do not make the mistake of using hashtags that are irrelevant to whatever you're posting about, because then TikTok is going to share your content to irrelevant people, and then guess what happens? You don't get the engagement metrics that you need, and boom, TikTok stops pushing out your content. Which brings me to the final and most important thing that you need to make sure that you're doing if you want to grow fast on TikTok right now, and that is that you need to be getting the right engagement metrics. There are 2 ways for you to be able to do this. 1, you can get the right audience retention metrics, or you could get enough metrics to actually overload that. So the first thing is you need to be focused on getting a 50 to 100% completion rate. The shorter the video, the higher that needs to be. On top of that, you need to make sure that 75 to 85% of people are watching the video. The way that you're gonna get this to happen is one of two things. Either one, the hook of your video is going to be really good and it's going to hypnotize somebody in, or two, you're gonna be posting about a topic that a ton of people are interested in right now. Now, if you don't get either of those two things to happen, there is one other way that you could go viral, and that is by making sure you get more than a 20% like ratio, or a 10% comment ratio, or a 5% share ratio, or more than 20% of people rewatch your video. If you could get any of those things to happen, your content could also go viral on TikTok. Now remember, it is easier to grow on TikTok. It is easier to get views, followers, and get monetized on TikTok right now than it ever has been before. And this opportunity is not going to last forever. I know you missed out on Bitcoin. You might have missed out on TikTok years ago, but don't worry, because now is the best time ever to grow on TikTok and monetize your TikTok. So please do not miss out on this. If you want to work with me one-on-one to guarantee I can help you grow quicker on TikTok, the same way that I helped this creator gain over 200,000 followers, this creator over 300, this creator over 500,000, well, please keep watching this video because I've got a special offer for you. The opportunity to grow on TikTok and this organic reach that we're currently seeing is not going to last for forever. And the only two things holding you back from getting the followers that you deserve right now on TikTok and the followers that you want is, one, you haven't implemented the steps that I share with you in this video to help you get more followers, and two, you haven't gotten into my TikTok mentorship program yet, where I literally am going to guarantee that I help you get more followers in the next 30 days, or you get your money back, 0 questions asked. And the way that this works is I'm going to tell you exactly what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use to guarantee that you get more followers in the next 30 days. If that sounds interesting, then please go to the link in the description below and get signed up right now. The average person that's gone through this program has gained over 50,000 followers, and nobody has ever gone through it and gained less than 6,500 followers if they implemented everything that I share with them. And since you're still watching this video, I'm going to assume that you're above average. So the odds of you gaining over 50,000 followers is probably quite high. And it doesn't matter what your background is or what your niche is. This program is going to help you get more results faster and easier. If you're struggling right now to grow on TikTok, you need to get into this, because every single day that you wait, it's only going to get harder to grow. So what are you waiting for? Go to the link in the description below and sign up right now. You literally have absolutely nothing to lose. You're going to get more followers on TikTok, or you're going to get your money back. In fact, this creator just went through this program and gained over 10 million followers. This creator over 14 million, and this creator over 16 million. And I want you to be my next success story. So please stop procrastinating, invest in yourself now, and get the TikTok followers that ultimately you deserve. Or I strongly suggest you check out the next 2 videos I put up on the screen, because they're the videos YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching.